Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 5 of Chatting with CJ. We would like to thank you for your positive feedback, for everything, your engagement and being along with us on this journey. First off, we want you to like, share, subscribe. We are actively on YouTube at Chatting with CJ Podcast. We are also going to open up a Facebook, Instagram, and some other social media platforms. So without further ado, to start the show, how are you doing, CJ?
I'm good, thank you. Hello, everybody. Nice to be in your presence on this Sunday. Again, time is really passing fast. This is the 5th week.
Yep.
So
December 1st, 2024.
Yes.
Okay, Mom, CJ, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Okay, what would you like to talk about this?
Today I would like to talk about me and how I felt with a depression, which I hadn't acknowledged, but I've been feeling it. And I want to talk about it because it's real to me, and I know it's real to a lot of other people. And so I said, I didn't not acknowledge the fact that I had felt depressed, but I want to acknowledge it now. And I had sought help for my depression. But what happens is sometimes we encounter people who are not a good fit for us for where we are. So my doctor had referred me to an agency, and I went there for several weeks, but it wasn't the proper place for me. I didn't feel like I was being helped. I didn't feel like a connection. And I have had therapy before, and when you have that connection, it just free flows. But this time, at this particular place, it was no connection, and I didn't want to continue to waste my time, so I stopped going. But I haven't stopped working on me. I've been doing things to work with myself to get myself in a better place.
Could you name a few things?
I've been doing a lot of reading, my meditation, acknowledging when I have felt depressed, I pray. I ask God to help me in this moment to work through the feelings that I have. And I can only speak for myself, but when I do that, I feel, in most instances, I feel empowered. And I'm not going to say empowered, but I feel a really good sense of calmness, so that I can get a grip on where I am. It's not been easy, but with what I've been through and what I'm going through, I make no excuses for it. I'm not going to stay stuck. This is only a season, and I am working on myself, and I will open myself up to different avenues to help me to be better, a better Cynthia, a better me.
Well, Mom, I want to first off congratulate you for what you've done and accomplished in these couple of months, because it was traumatic, And the purpose of this podcast is to share this journey and also to help empower others. And remember, I always say that you're not alone in this,
Right.
that there are other people who are going through similar situations. So the number one thing is that you're heading in the right direction.
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the podcast, is because I know that there are other people who experiencing what I'm experiencing, and I don't know if they have people that they could talk to, or people who they feel a connection with, to help them to move from one square to the next square. So that's why I really wanted to start the podcast, to be able to engage and help people, because we're not alone. And my son tells me all the time, "Ma, you're not alone." And he is so wonderful and so supportive of me and my journey. I have my daughter, I have friends, but Jamal is my rock. He is just a really good son.
Well, you know what, Mom? Here's the deal, and this is to all loving sons out there. This is what we know. You know, our mothers are the closest things to angels that we have on this earth. They've loved us since giving birth to us. And through our journey in life, they love us unconditionally. And as we grow as men and explore this world and try to create our mark, hopefully positive, we know that it's one true love, that someone is our back. And that's always been you, Mom, especially as I start this business. Well, I've been starting this business. You've seen my highs and lows. You've been there for me. I would like to thank Tonya, who is my sister, my older sister, who we've been estranged sometimes, but she was the glue that actually allowed Mom for me to continue working my business and know that you were solid, Mom, you know?
Right.
So I am your rock, but I reflect you. So you've been my rock. So with that being said,
let me say something about Tonya, because Tonya is available. She makes herself available to take me to my appointments, because one of the things that I don't want to do anymore is I don't want to drive. It's too the way people drive is frightening, and it's not good for me. So I'm in the process of selling my car, because I don't want to drive anymore. And Tonya has made herself available to take me to my appointments, to be there when I need a listening ear sometimes. She is my daughter. I have two sons and one daughter. And it is strange because my roommate, when Tonya was 10 years old, and I had a roommate, we lived together. I was in college, and my roommate and I were talking one time, and we said, we don't know about Tonya taking care of us when we get old. We don't know if she'd even give us any beans. But I'm here to say that Tonya has really stepped up to the plate.
Yes, she has.
And she has really, really been an anchor for me to lean on.
Absolutely.
And thank you, Tonya. And I love you.
Yeah,
and
I love you too.
may God continue to bless you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Mom, let me ask you, let's go back to the depression, okay? So this is a question because you are aware of what you're going through. Is this the first time in your adult life that you've been depressed?
No, I've never felt this way, the way that I'm feeling now. I have had been in therapy before because of different things that have gone on in my life, but this is the first time that I've felt the way that I'm feeling now, and I know that as I said, it's a season, and I'm going to work my way through it, and I'm going to be better. And when I have episodes and I pray and I meditate and I ask God for help, a calmness comes over me, and I'm able to, not immediately, but I'm able to move from the point of feeling not good to a point of feeling okay. So that's where I am now.
It's really good. So and let's so this is how I like to think. Best case scenario, let's say the solution was to arrive soon. What would you like your best case scenario therapist to be, who may listen in?
I would like my therapist to be somebody that communicates with me, somebody that not only talks to me but listens to me, and we have a dialogue, and I can say how I'm feeling, what I'm going through. They can hear me and give me suggestions, because nobody can change the way that you are. It takes your work in order for you to move through the stage or the phase that you're in. So I'm not looking for anybody to do the work for me, but help me, by talking to me, by giving me suggestions, by, like being there. I think that's what would help me tremendously with a therapist.
So with that being said, we put out a clarion call because what we hope to do is create a community. So again, we have an email address, or you can just leave it in the chat if you have any suggestions, because we are in this together, this thing called life. We're all on this planet Earth together, spinning all together as one big family on our own individual paths, but we are here together. I feel a strong connection with that. And Mom, you have a strong, not just me, you have a strong core of friends.
I do.
You got people that really love you. I've seen it. And,
I really do.
Yeah, and
I'm very blessed.
Yes, you are. And this is a season, I think, like I always say, you're in a cocoon right now. So right now you're growing, you're reading, you're restabilized, you're having time off to sort of rest, read, rehabilitate your mind, think differently. And in this time, it's a little bit of nervousness with it, but we are moving in the right direction. So we're 13 minutes in, Mom.
I say, what happens to me is I have things that I need to do, and I'll put them off and put them off. And then when I think about it, it gives me anxiety, and I can't, and it makes me sad. But I want to get these things that I need to get done, because it only creates a feel of sadness when I'm thinking, oh, I didn't write that letter that I was supposed to write, or I didn't clean out the car when I said I needed to clean out the car. How can a car get sold if it's not clean, and so anybody can look at it, and it's just
anxiety, but those things will get taken care of, Mom, and we're going to take care of them. Right now, it's your mind, your reading, your health, your rest. Those are the core things.
And I have gotten so much better. Yeah. It's because I have been resting, and I have been reading. What happens is if I have a moment of sadness, something comes over me, and I feel really sad about it, I read. I pick up my book and I read. Reading for me is a means of escape, because I don't think about the things that are disturbing me or bothering me. When I'm reading, My mind is relaxed. I feel better when I put the book down and I'm able to move and do. Now I really have started to take on a task that I've been putting on the side. I say, it's time to get this thing going.
It's going. It's going. So I'm here to reinforce. This is where I come in, Mom. It's going. You have, during this journey, in the hospital, you couldn't walk. You had to basically get hoisted out of the bed to use the restroom to move. From there, you started using the wheelchair. From there, you had to strengthen your arms and get wheeled around. From there, you used the walker. You haven't used the walker in almost a whole week. We missed, because it's cold, we missed our walk today, which we're going to catch up on that. But you've done 2 laps around the track at Druid Hill Park with your cane, so you're not even using the walker anymore.
So I wanted to say too, we do walk at the park, and this week when one of our walks, Jamal just said, well, let's do 2 laps. And in my head, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to do this one, because if anybody who's familiar with Druid Hill Park, we walk. They have it used to be called the bowl, but it's where they play soccer, baseball, football. They have artscape. AFRAM, and other events there. So it's pretty. I don't know whether it's a mile or what, but that's where we walk sometimes, and sometimes we walk other places. But this is where we walked this week when Jamal said, well, we could do 2 laps. And I'm like to myself, I'm going to do 1, but...
But you did 2.
I did 2.
You did 2. And you walked without your cane certain points. You had handed me your cane and you walked.
Yes.
So, Mom, you're making... And those are just the physical things we're able to see.
Right.
So, again, the mental is getting stronger and stronger. And like I said, we talked this morning, so just to let you know, viewers, we have our power sessions in the morning. We just check in. So it came to my attention, I was listening to a podcast, and I didn't know that the John F. Kennedy's sister was lobotomized. I didn't know that because she had mental issues, and John F. Kennedy's father lobotomized her to kind of eliminate her interruptions to the family. She has no worries anymore because she's not conscious. Well, she's passed away, but in her day, she doesn't have any worries anymore because she doesn't have that consciousness. So a part of your worry is that your mind has consciousness and you are aware. And with awareness of things comes sometimes a stress.
Right.
Because but we work through it because you have that awareness. If you were without mind and everything was just blurry and happy, that would be horrible. But the opportunities are here for you to talk to your community, right?
I just want to really say too that I really want to be able to inspire and help somebody else who's going through the journey that I'm going through. Maybe there's somebody out there who's been through the journey that I'm going through, and they can share some information with me, and we can share the information with other people, because it's not easy, but it is easy when you have a community of people who network and help you. Like, I have friends who reach out to me and who help me, and I appreciate them. But right now, this journey that I'm on, I have to make sure that I stay vigilant, and that I can continue to empower myself to do better, because I want to be the best version of me that I can be. And God spared me. I was on my deathbed this time, but the Lord spared me. He gave me a second chance, and I want to do all that I can do to do what God has for me to do at this juncture in my life.
So this is 20 minutes in. In closing, CJ, what did you want to say to your... So before you do that, your email address is chattingwithcjpodcast@gmail.com. So if you don't want to leave a comment on the videos, then you can email us, and we create a strong network, a community, and we offer advice to one another. But in closing, Mom,
I want to say, you're not alone. And I want to help you. Helping you will help me to help myself too, and will help you to help somebody else. We can do this. And I thank you. And I look forward to being able to communicate with you and us to take this journey to another level.
So with that, we're signing off episode 5, Chatting with CJ. We want to say God bless you all. Have a great week. Have a great month. Let's finish off 2024 strong. And anything you want to say, Mom?
I just want to say thank you, and I continue to pray for you, and you continue to pray for me, because God is real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Amen. Signing off. Bye-bye.